It's been more than 100 days since a Canadian woman disappeared in West Africa, but a new clue has emerged into her whereabouts. A recent report by Human Rights Watch indicates Edith Blais was indeed abducted and could be in Mali. Blais, who's from Quebec, and her Italian friend Luca Tichetto haven't been heard from since December 15th while traveling in Burkina Faso. The pair were planning on driving to the country's capital before heading to neighboring Togo, where they were to do volunteer work with an aid group, but they never made it. The report published March 22nd states, while no armed Islamist group has taken responsibility for their abduction, they are believed to have been kidnapped and later taken to Mali. Now, the report cites an interview done with security sources in Mali almost a month after the two travelers went missing. But what the report doesn't make any mention of is their fate.
There's been quite a long absence between the time she went missing and the time it's just been reported that she could have been kidnapped, and which is rather strange because, who's kidnapped her?
Alan Bell, a Toronto-based security consultant, says if an armed group kidnaps an individual, they usually make contact and ransom demands.
They will approach the Canadian government that won't negotiate with them, period. And they definitely won't pay ransom for her. When it's a young woman like this who probably only has a normal family like most people, and she's not working for a company or she's not working for a government, there's no one really there to negotiate a settlement, to have her released. Over the years, we've been involved in quite a lot of these situations, and sometimes they happen and no one ever hears about them, which is the way it's supposed to be.
In a January statement, Burkina Faso's government had said they were approaching the case as they would a kidnapping. At the time, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said the Canadian government was not ruling out any possibilities.
Can you confirm whether she's still alive?
As far as we know, she is.
Ottawa has not confirmed the Human Rights Watch report. Fears for the well-being of the 34-year-old mounted with the killing of a Canadian mining executive who was kidnapped by gunmen on January 15th in northern Burkina Faso. His death highlighted an alarming surge of violence by armed groups in Burkina Faso and the growing instability in the Sahel region of West Africa. Neighboring Mali, where Blais is said to have been taken, and Canadian troops are currently stationed on what is regarded as the most dangerous UN peacekeeping operation in the world, is known to be home to many active terrorist groups.
The warfare that's taking place in Mali is very fluid. It's really a bad place to be kidnapped because you don't have an infrastructure available to enable them to communicate effectively with whoever the negotiations are going to end up being. So it's a difficult situation to be in.
The government's travel advisories remain unchanged, recommending Canadians against visiting both countries due to the threat of terrorism.